מפורים לפסח. לא היה פיקשוש בדבר. ידעו תמיד שלא לבלבל את העם הגרים רחוק, בניו יורק ובמקומות אחרים. זה בשביל גרם. לא היה, I'll say it in English, they were talking about the Pesach being 30 days from Purim, and it was a formula that they came up with. Why is one other reason why Purim is in Adar Bet, because we have to have only 30 days, because the people living far away from Israel knew to count from Purim exactly 30 days. Even if they didn't hear when the Molad was, when the Kiddush HaChodesh took place, they always knew, for Nisan I'm talking, they always knew that Nisan would be an exact number of days between. As much as our calendar was fluid, there were certain things that were law.
אנחנו עושים 4 פרשיות, ככה, מפורים לפסח יש תהליך. אצלנו זה 4 פרשיות, כנראה שאסור לבלבל את זה.
וכן בפסח עצמו, זה אותו עניין. כן, יש תשובה בחתם זוכר, אז שהוא שואל, למה בחוץ לארץ עושים 2 ימים של שבועות?
נכון,
בדיוק, כן.
כל היום טוב שני, זה לא בגלל המספר, זה כנס שגזרו על בני הגולה. כי אחרת עשינו אותם ביום כיפור. ביום כיפור לא עושים. וזו עבירה הרבה יותר חמורה מאשר...
או כנס, או שלוקח אותם יומיים מה שאנחנו עושים, יכולים לעשות פה. זה בדיוק, זה קדישה.
אני חושב שההספד, אני לא בטוח בזה, אבל אני חושב שהספד במובן שהמשנה מבינה, ובטח במובן שהתנ"ך מבין, זה רגע של בכי. אנחנו מבינים הספד לתת כבוד לנפטר, זה מרגיע אותנו. יש איזה תהליך של הרגעה. הספד זה לא רגע של בכי ושל קינה. ובתורה זה רגע של בכי. נכון? צום ובכי ומספד במגילת אסתר. יבוא אברהם לבכות לשרה ולבכותה, לספוד לשרה. הספד הוא לא במובן שאנחנו מתכוונים. הוא רגע של העצמת רגשות ובכי. וזה לא עושים ביום שהוא אפילו קצת חג. וללמוד תורה לזכר נפטר, או להעלות את זכרו, או לכבד אותו, זה בהחלט דבר ראוי לעשות גם ביום של קצת שמחה.
אבל כשעושים הספד, זה לא גורם לבן אדם לבכות? כי כשמדברים על הבן אדם, איך הוא היה, אבל לא עשינו הספד עכשיו, בכיתי כשעשו הספדים בעבר.
לכן אני אומר שהדרך הזאת, ללמוד תורה לזכרו של מישהו, אפילו לדבר עליו, זה לא הספד במובן שהמשנה מתכוונת. המשנה מתכוונת שיש אירוע שבו מעוררים את הרגשות שאנשים יבכו. אולי זה טוב, יש פה איזה תרפיה, צריך לגרום לזה. אבל לא הכוונה למה שאנחנו עושים פה.
I had an interesting, just to share a thought, May just thinking about Daniella and the unique personality that she had, and which was mentioned at the Kedra today as well, the fact that she was so completely immersed in her commitment to Jewish life, to Jewish values. I saw a beautiful thought from the Rav Soloveitchik, where the Rav said at Siyum, he asked a very important question. He asked, why, when you say in the morning the bracha la'asok b'divrei Torah, maybe if you've seen this before, then that one bracha, no matter what you do during the course of the day, you don't make a bracha again. Masha'en came, let's say, l'gabi sukkah. Tosfos asked the question in the Gemara and Brachas. So he asked the question: if you leave and make a bracha in the sukkah in the morning, and then you go out, whatever your field is, you're a physicist, you're a rav, you sell toys, whatever you do for a living, an accountant, whatever you do, you go out and you come back, you have lunch, you make a bracha again. So ask the question, why should there be a difference? So the Rav said something very beautiful. He said that the same way when a mother takes a child to school in the morning, that never during the course of that day is the latent awareness of the child away from her for a moment. Therefore, it never leaves you. The latent awareness is something that suffuses your soul and envelops you no matter what you do during the course of the day. And that's why the bracha of someone who's really immersed in the values of the Torah, of la'asok b'divrei Torah, there's never a hefsek. Why is there never a hefsek? Because no matter what you do during the course of the day, no matter how you conduct yourself and what you do for a livelihood, no matter how you interact with any other person, you are guided and directed by the values of the Torah. That's what you, therefore when you make that one bracha in the morning, that is enough to last you for the entire day. There's no breaking of the awareness. And that was Daniella. What she did, and the way she lived, and the way she took people into her home to be so gracious, and the way she reacted to her parents, the way she was with Noam, the way she was as a young mother, as a daughter-in-law, as a sister-in-law, as a sister, as a friend, all those aspects of her life, it wasn't anything, it wasn't Yotzei Dofan, there was nothing unusual, because when she was filled from the seminary and from her teachers before, and from the wonderful Rosh Yeshiva and Rabbanim that she had, and her parents that helped guide her, that was the essence of her life. So she never had an interruption. So we have to pray that we can learn, even at a young age like that, what it is not to be, for a moment, stepping aside, but holding true to the values that we know in the long run guide our lives and lead us to what we hope will be a life of dignity and a life that will reflect upon the values of the Torah that kept our people alive all the years. So she should watch over us, and her unusual nature, and her engaging smile, and her love for all the people that she knew and didn't know but took into her Dalet Amos, that should be something we should all strive to do. And Frankie told me, I spoke to him last night on something business related, and he said to me, he says, sometimes you lose the sight of what it is to do something better than Chaviro. Sometimes you can compartmentalize, you can be very firm in certain areas and very punctilious in your observance, and that's not to be denigrated. That's a critical part of our life as Jews. However, that doesn't mean, Frankie was telling me last night, a small gesture of kindness extended to someone, a thoughtful thing, something that could be very seemingly insignificant but meaningful to someone else, which is what Daniella did all the time, is something that we should all strive to do in our own ways. And that way we bring covet to her memory, and we also know that we can hopefully live a life that will be that much better in its quality because we are not afraid to do something for someone else. So we should all have her in mind as we continue our lives throughout the days, and everyone should have the strength to build for the future.
Amen.